talked about you guys playing at Sullivan Hall, but what's your dream venue? Where would you love to soul out to? You know, what I mean, what?
Well, we were joking about this week, weren't we, Dan? It was interview with Rolling Stone. That's you guys, right?
Not yet. Soon, I hope.
Yeah, soon enough.
Actually, first it was rehearsal last night. Then Wednesday night interview with Rolling Stone, and Thursday night Madison Square Garden.
There's nothing wrong with Madison Square Garden. That place is great.
That place is awesome.
I'm from New York, so for me that would be
That'll be it.
But there's like you see Wembley Stadium in England and stuff like that the Foo Fighters played recently.
Yes,
right,
definitely.
But stuff like that is definitely like a dream. I mean, to me, I can't even imagine that with so many freaking people.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait to do festivals with this band. I think for me this is the first band I think I've been in where I can really see the project going somewhere and actually having legs to really hit some bigger venues and some.
Yeah, we could definitely see that.
So and that was a huge pull for me. I mean, the music was like that. It just when I heard I only heard the first album. I didn't get a chance to hear the second album before I auditioned because it was in production. It was
right.
Okay.
Post-production. So Dan kept saying to me, look, the second album is quite different to the first one. I said, well, unless it's like, a totally different genre, I'm loving the first album, so I'm going to love the second album, and I did.
Right. It's not like if it's a complete, totally different change, like you said. Like, it's not like, a screamo album to, like, a soft emo ballad.
Or electro pop or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just I think from the first to the second album, it's just a nice progression, a nice evolution.
Yeah, that's the way that we usually describe it, even in our bio. I think it's not like a complete departure. It's definitely just like an evolution of where the first album. The first album was a solo project, essentially. It just evolved from there. It was just me and a producer and recording a couple songs that eventually became like an entire album, and it definitely has like a softer, more singer-songwriter feel to it. But
right.
After that, I kind of assembled band to kind of play these songs live, and once we got, we had 8 people on stage at one point. The energies just started to build. We had so many different instruments, and I kind of just, went with it, and I think we all went with kind of the energy, which led into kind of like I wouldn't say like aggressive, it's not metal, but
right.
it's heavier than the first album.
Right.
Don't care to be king or enemy throne. It's a moment of peace I've never known. A glossy new sheen, white lacquer and chrome.
Kind of like the whole Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters thing, that he did everything before, he started adding people to the band before he started the tour.
Right. Yeah, he actually, their first album, he actually
played all the instruments, I think.
Yeah, he played the whole thing. He recorded the whole thing himself, and then he got people afterwards. So yeah, it's like that.
That's awesome.
Speaking of rock music, where do you see the current state of rock music being? What does rock music mean to you as well?
Yeah, good question, because, I've been seeing a lot lately about just how rock is dead.
Right.
That's no cliche now.
Yeah.
I think it might be sort of, in terms of, top 40, probably not the current trend, but it's certainly alive, and a lot of people still love listening to it. And I think the reason for that, it's like a good 3-piece suit. It's always going to be fashionable.
Yeah.
Right. That is it. Also,
it's a bit like that. Like synthesizers come and go, and sure we use electronics and to some degree, but mainly it's all acoustic instruments.
Yeah, you're not using auto-tune or anything like that, right?
Right. Yeah. So I think if you play something like that, it's gonna have the longevity, and it's gonna be around for a while, and there's always going to be a market for it. So
Right, you're very right.
Big states too. Like I mean, it's rock is big in Australia, but here it's just on a much bigger scale, and like it's there's a lot of people here that are still digging it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of a resurgence recently.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 90s bands reuniting, and there's bands like the guys that you got compared us to, like the Gaslight Anthem, who
Yes.
are building a huge following, and people, I think, love the fact that it's just kind of genuine music, and I think
It's kind of very heartfelt.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where our music comes from too. It's kind of, like you said, it's heartfelt, and it's a human album, It's not like, I mean, and I don't want to knock like other genres, because there's plenty. I listen to everything. I think everyone in the band has pretty diverse tastes.
Yeah, I got the same issue. I listen to everything.
Yeah, we come from we come from different backgrounds. We have different things that we gravitate towards, but we all have pretty diverse tastes, and it's not just straight up rock,
Right.
Yeah.
Even some of the current stuff I still dig, but.
Okay, what are some of the current bands that you guys listen to, or current artists that you guys listen to?
You want to take that one?
What am I currently listening to?
Like, what's on your iPod right now?
Yeah.
For me,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Gosh, probably a whole heap of stuff. I've been listening to a lot of the band stuff. We were just talking about this last night. Dan?
I was saying, like, to Simon that I had like an old iPod that had like 1 billion songs on it, and then I just got an iPhone, and I basically have like 12 albums on it right now, and I haven't really updated it.
Oh, wow.
I've been listening to these same things. I mean, right now I have like a band called The Joy Formidable, which our guitarist actually introduced me to. That's kind of like a 90s.
I heard of them. I haven't heard anything from them, but I heard of the band.
It's kind of it's rock, but it's like alt. It's got a little bit of a '90s alt feel, and the songs are really epic, and there's a lot of changes. It's an interesting album. It's called trying to think of the name. The Big Roar is the name of the album. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of Jeff Buckley, so I have all his stuff on there.
Okay.
Radiohead still kicking about on my phone.
Of course.
I'm still listening to a lot of Australian stuff as well.
Yeah, I like this band City and Color, actually, that we've been...
Yeah, you introduced me to.
That's actually a singer-songwriter named Dallas Green, who, again, just writes really good songs, heartfelt songs, and, there's some rock in there, and there's some just singer-songwriter type stuff, and it's all just, he's just a really good guitar player and a great singer, and that's kind of what I gravitate towards now. It's just great songs,
Okay.
So it's not about a specific style. I just feel like a lot of different styles nowadays, like when you get into quote-unquote hipster, modern, like, hip bands, they'll have, like, their one song, and people are hearing, oh, this is awesome, and then you listen to the rest of the album, and it's just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I had that issue recently with an artist I'm not going to name. But he had his song was in a commercial used for Internet Explorer recently.
I think we pretty much figured it out by now.
Don't say it.
I know who it is.
Yeah, and half the CD is good, the other half is crap.
Yeah, and I listened to it. I think I know who the band is, and I heard that if it is the same one, I thought it was this band Shinedown, which I don't like at all. But I sound
on record, Dan.
The guy sounds exactly like the other time.
Yeah, he does.
He
He
does
really
a lot.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was him. I was like, wait a minute, it sounds familiar.
Is that the one?
No, it's not. It's not
not
the different
Shinedown.
Shinedown, but it's the same band. It's the same guy.
Yeah, to me the guy sounded exactly like the singer from that band, but it had like an electronic.
Yeah, it definitely had an electronic feel to it.
Yeah, that's what that whole album sounds
Oh,
like. It's pretty
But
not
his second half of the album just mellowed out so bad, like it made you depressed.
Oh wow.
It was like really bad.
It's a very catchy song, though.
Oh no, it's a great song. I kind of fell into the hype of the song and bought the CD.
We're all band
But yeah,
brothers
I mean, I'm trying to think of other bands and stuff that I listen to. I mean, there's some stuff some like mellower stuff like Bon Iver, who's kind of like
He's good.
popular recently. It's very mellow, and definitely for certain moods, but I like some of the current sort of folk Americana stuff that's been coming through. But
Yeah,
no.
I mean, I'm all over the place when it comes to my iPod. I'm a big Dave Matthews Band fan. I have like every single album, but I listen to Dave Matthews Band, to John Mayer, to Metallica, Aerosmith, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, back to Alanis Morissette or Evanescence.
Yeah, but you don't.
I'm all over the place.
But you don't want to listen to Lamb of God.
Sorry. It's like somebody's yelling at me. If I want somebody to yell at me, I go to work.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Matthews Band have got a new album coming out. I'm looking forward to hearing that, actually.
Which band?
Dave Matthews Band.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Charlie was just telling me about that.
The lead single. They just released a video for it today, so I was kind of going crazy over that.
Yeah, there's a new video out, and they had a cool concept of the video getting like a whole bunch of fans to take like a photo.
Yeah, it came out really nice though. It came out really cool. I thought it was going to be all over the place, but it was actually really sweet, very nice. Had a good message to it.
Yeah, Dave Matthews I've seen a few times, like the band and him alone with his guitarist, like this Tim
Reynolds.
And they're just, I mean, no matter what, because people trash them a lot, but if you see them live, it's just like...
Oh, they're great live.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's great live. I'm just saying, like it's
Yeah.
not necessarily my cup of tea, but I'll listen to it if it's on.
Yeah. No, I understand because a lot of people don't like them, and I get it, and it can get old to me too. But I want you can't deny like the talent, I guess. Like I'm always like if a band's talented, even if it's not my taste,
You gotta give it a listen.
Exactly, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
because there's so much crap out there.
You gotta weed out the crap though. That's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's on their soapbox.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But